How far can personality get you? It's an intriguing question that most people attempting to become internet famous have completely overlooked in favor of mediocre pranks and participating in trends that will stay within the cultural zeitgeist for a fraction of a second. A higher tier example of this would be with a YouTuber, SunnyV2, who's doing fantastically in the algorithm, although his content is sufficiently reliant on the topics being discussed. Or you have the lower tier examples, which are essentially everything on your For You page on TikTok. The markets are oversaturated with content that will be forgotten faster than it takes for a newborn to stick a fork into an outlet, and yet, some stand out. Even then, many people require dense editing to be successful, me included. So, with all this established, why the hell do I enjoy Technoblade's content so much? I've seen a lot of videos on this topic so far. In fact, I'm quite late to the occasion, but I have yet to see a formal documentary made on it, so hopefully this video can act as a proper remembrance for people, as that's what he deserves. If you're unaware, Technoblade's parents released a video on his behalf on the 30th of June, and as of the time of recording this, it's sitting at 68 million views, with only being posted a little over a week ago, a statistic that encapsulates his reach as a creator. The aforementioned video discusses his final statement to the world before he would die from stage 4 sarcoma, the 5-year survival rate of which staying at a tragic 15%. He's gained roughly 3.5 million subscribers in that time alone, showing how much people appreciated him and his reach. As such, the opportunity for revenue has presented itself to the public, the YouTube algorithm pushing anything Technoblade related to the forefront of the website. And I totally understand why. Most people, namely friends of his, have commented on this event and expressed their love and support toward his family. For the most part, people are using this time to grieve. One of my friends, who I'm going to withhold the name of, said 2 days after the video was released that, "I really wish he hadn't died." I mean, that's obvious, but he was the one YouTuber I got really excited to watch. I hadn't been into Minecraft for like 7 to 8 months, but his personality was so good. It made everything so much better. Other YouTubers I'll watch mostly because I'm into the subject they'll talk about. Like if Technoblade started doing Roblox content, I'd watch it. Even anecdotally, this creator impacted my friend this heavily. Within Hypixel now, there's a shrine you can visit in the main lobby to write a note of reminiscence. It's quite a sweet addition, considering the bond the owner of the server and him shared both offline and in videos. If you want to send a message yourself, it'll remain there until the end of July, so I implore you to do so. News articles were also released highlighting what was said in the final video. All of these kind words of support, and then there's the other side of the curtain. The side that came into probably most of your recommended feeds on the basis it was Technoblade related. You don't even need to be a fan of his content for these tribute videos and heavy quotation marks to enter your timeline. If you're somehow oblivious to what I'm talking about, this video will act as a deep dive into the subject. Before I start the video, I'd like to preface that this isn't monetized, as you can see from my subscriber count, and if I ever do reach monetization, it never will be. as you'll soon find, obtaining wealth from the death of a prominent figure is horrible. As opposed to my other videos, there will be limited to no comedic editing. This is definitely more of a serious topic, and I will treat it as such. First, I need to briefly discuss two topics: origins and copyright. Let's start with where this problem arose initially back in June of 2018. A YouTuber by the name of JStation was booming during this era, raking in millions of views monthly. Around the same time, XXXTentacion would reach his demise, and instead of creating a memorial of some kind, Jay would attempt to summon him at 3 AM with a Ouija board.
What are you fucking oh my god, what the hell is that? Oh my god. Please help me. God. What's my
Wow, that's quite a title. According to SunnyV2, since Jay's channel has since been deleted, this video garnered a 50% like to dislike ratio and had 4 mid-roll ads that were placed on the video, presumably to capitalize on the shock clicks. Next was Mac Miller, the same process goes for that, and most importantly in the discussion of YouTube, Etika, another famous creator who would commit in mid-2019. This is the origin of this issue on YouTube, although it can be most likely traced back even further. Moving on to copyright, anything that's posted to this website that's considered original content besides music is free to be clipped and distributed across the platform, since there's no legal protection against it. Same with Twitch. An individual can clip or screen record a stream and easily spread it across the platform. With this, the advent of clip channels has begun springing into popularity, especially with the Dream SMP reaching stardom in mid to late 2020. You had whole channels devoted to simply posting less than minute clips of content creators doing something of mild comedic value. Because of YouTube's rules, there's no minimum length a video needs to be in order to be monetized, as long as it can have an ad at the beginning or the end. And since the creators don't technically own their content in the eyes of the law, these channels are monetizing others' content. This channel called Dream SMP Official, with nearly 500,000 subscribers, has an estimated yearly revenue of between $100,000 and $1.6 million. I will talk about this guy later, but these statistics should scare you. They're not putting a lick of work in and are receiving this many benefits. This is like 1% material. It's insane. And then there are the thieves that bank on a creator's ability to hold your attention for a long period of time. They'll put a statement in the title, like a quote, or a funny action a creator did, and put that at the beginning of the video, and then they'll have fluff for the other 7.5 minutes. If you don't know, a video needs to be 8 minutes to put mid-roll ads in it, meaning instead of merely having them at the beginning and end, they can be placed in the middle pretty much as many times as the creator wants. A notable example of this is with the channel The Spotlight, which primarily uploads clips from the Chuckle Sandwich. They're making an estimated $3.9 thousand to $62.7 thousand yearly. Not as much as the previous example, but a lot considering the borderline non-existent work put into them. I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this. A big event that does well algorithmically, the potential to get thousands of dollars off doing basically nothing, and thus, the idea is born. This is a much more niche case, which is why I'm putting it at the beginning to shed some light on it. He is your conventional commentary YouTuber, posting things like, quote, "I feel awful for Mr. Beast," and "Is Dream SMP ending?" In the description of his channel, it says, quote, "A lot of Minecraft, age 15. Okay, we're the same age. It's sick. That's really descriptive. Now, making a single video on Technoblade isn't an issue. In fact, that's what I'm doing right now. It's when the intentions are malicious and a multitude of videos are posted that I begin questioning the validity of the creator. And this same person recently faked a $3,000 charitable donation, so that brings many things into question. The YouTube algorithm works in tricky ways. With most commentary YouTubers I've seen around this size, they'll find a video that works and does amazingly, a lot of which reach over 500,000 views for some reason beyond me. It's because the titles read much like news articles. It entices your brain and makes you want to click on it even though you know it's entirely devoid of substance. Then they post a few more on the subject, knowing that it's going to pay their bills for the month, and finally their views plateau at not even a fraction of what they once were when their original video was booming. They continuously bank on the fact that one video will do astoundingly well. It's all based on the topic, not the personality or originality of the video. Brazo has made content on Technoblade in the past, the most notable of which with Techno's cancer diagnosis in August of 2021. You can see a sudden influx of videos regarding the subject around this same time, whether it be discussing news or to comment on people talking about the diagnosis. For instance, in the video, quote, "People make horrible claims regarding Technoblade," with ellipses at the end. He talks about precisely what you'd think. The video's a mere 4 minutes, a minute of which is entirely devoted to showing a clip of